Talon with a very solid effort over on Lotus. Now we go into their map
Like
pick.
the chamber one though.
Certainly had us scratching our heads a little bit, maybe even more so, given who's playing what at the moment, as we do have Lenny stepping back into play the Sova.
Okay, GenG on defense,
Clearly
Talon on attack, and Lenny is back. And we're gonna strictly check out his drone
not
usage.
Too much, but again, it's been a continuing trend of past duelists feeling
it's been unique.
On these
Let's
sentinels that can kind of hold certain angles and have the reassurance that your own utility is covering you. Now, I will mention Talon is the team that also
Dropped up B main take, and they just give the ult. Power it over towards middle, doesn't spot anything.
But they seemed very confident.
Do I believe in
their
6-man
prep,
rosters?
even in
Nah,
that
they're awful.
timeout coach video, Frost talks about
Never
it
gonna win
again,
anything.
That, they had confidence for good reason, just didn't work out in the execution. So curious to see what the homework has been done. As GenG doesn't exactly play a unique Ascent, they play pretty textbook.
On fun, it would be on paper it would be fun, and like there's some belief in me that thinks I would make it work, but it's just like what's the point in all the extra work?
Contact for him. Just the one nano swarm over towards door.
I love this from GenG. I mean, they see here a couple of these early darts flying out the side of Talon, but Killjoy set up
this is nice though from Talon. They got double orb on Cruise, and then now they go over towards A. GenG gonna be here pretty fast with 5, so we're gonna see a fast flood, you would imagine. Recon isn't up though.
Shots now, knife out to go ahead and just try to break this door down, but Plan coming through quickly here for the side of Talon. Ban still disconnected from the rest of the team.
Okay, they're in to do it without the recon.
But already 2 kills going to be found. Section
Bold call.
Dead as well. It's only Chit Boys that's been traded out thus far. Meteor down to 40 HP.
And they tried to force through a one-way over towards door.
Yeah, and the pop flash just to delay. You still got a double out in A main, so Talon playing it very safe. And the sling.
Okay, nicely done from Talon though, this is really good. And the good thing about this as well is they have such a good chance to snowball here. Crew's getting 3.
So Talon, they go for a bit of fake pressure.
Yeah, it looks like they want to get this
now, they didn't
as fast
know
as
for
possible.
a fact that GenG was stacked in mid, but it didn't matter because that was enough to make GenG think this is our safest bet. And I don't blame them, right? You had full mid control. You could rotate to either side at any point for a flood retake.
Yeah, the flood retake wasn't great.
Delaying the door close.
I mean, they all went door into a one-way.
Already set up from Talon, some early damage as well going their way. And once again, it's going to be a similar setup. Just Chip Boys looking on the lurk. He does have a Vandal, so he can't get too greedy on the A side. If you drop that, suddenly GenG's chances look very good on this eco.
Just a stray dink on that.
Put some damage down on the lock, yeah.
Locker just tried to matrix his way around it, and he will survive. Not dipping down below that 60.
Yeah, do we count that one for you?
GenG immediately trying to re-clear B main. Goes for the pop flash. Now Talon hears it.
Smidge 3, thank you so much. Thank you with the tier 1. Appreciate the 10 months.
Up that one-way over at A. Off the angle, Ban just sending out a warning shot since Lakia scattering back over onto the B side.
And look at this drone usage. Back-to-back rounds.
This is what I was gonna say, because wow. Okay, well you only showed the Killjoy on that re-clear of B main for a little bit. Now Ban even gets the kill.
He just randomly spammed that on top.
Governor's just gonna try to forcefully open it up. Does have a bulldog in hand. Doesn't want to drop it too early.
Timing there.
Nicely done from me. Wait, they get 3 people in front of the smoke of 30 seconds. This is a good call from Talon to go back to middle. Karen gets the info. Does he beat them there? No, he's scared that someone might have gone over towards short. Oh boy. Meteors annihilated this round. Took the risk over towards... Oh man, he has Omen Flash.
Whoa. But Chit Boys even full blind. Able to go ahead, take this position, finds the headshot with just a little under a second to spare. Spike will get planted. Spike planted. But already, this is far too many players lost on Talon as Texture. Swinging out on Heaven, gets the headshot there on the Jit Boys, and Munchkin picking up a Bulldog himself. Will be able to find Ban there in
it crumbled so fast. Shout out to Meteor. He went and took the risk on the eco, through the smoke, got the kill, picks up the gun. Karen got early information, which then got him back to middle in time to see them trying to book it over towards short. There's a few people that are involved in this, but it's very, very nice.
GenG, a very firm reply.
Yeah, Governor wanting to create more space as they didn't exactly clear the site. I get that.
Wait,
and you
someone
know that
dinked him on
GenG
site, maybe?
normally, especially on these ecos, are going to be pretty far split. Something like a 4-1 or a 5, you know, all on one side, a bit of a stack. You realize that you've pushed and pulled them quite a bit, so you think they're on the way back to B, but Meteor's there. He goes for the curveball, tries to get
Pretty
the
sure
early
Lakia
weapon
actually
pickup,
did good
and that's
damage to
all
this guy.
GenG needed. Can't ever give them even an inch. Try to claw their way back in. Now the Odin right away coming online alongside a couple of the picked up rifles.
You get the ping off there from the recon. 0 point at the ready, but held on to. Not much consented right then. Got a big reveal, but this will just be an even bigger one. Spots him out, but a little bit closer than he might have anticipated. A brief little back away there from Talon. Not liking what they're seeing here on this A site.
Lakia.
Oh yeah, the covering fire is there though from Meteor.
I see down though.
Keeps him protected.
Dude, imagine he went down.
I mean, it was risky.
It was
Meteor
very
at 20 health
risky.
as well. It seemed like Ban was somewhat wary of another member potentially.
And they have
going for
this
that
setup
cover,
as well.
seeing as
They
the
got
drones
no
used
util to
so
play off of
closely.
other than just crossfire.
Texture on bodyguard duty. His crosshair gets shaken up.
Governor trying to push forward, but he only has that classic in hand. Now Meteor able to collect the kill. His crews will also be taken down at the same time there in main. Lakia able to find it. Lenny scooping up that Guardian to see if he can put it to use and avoid this being a flawless round, but he himself will fall as Lakia, like we said.
Hey, nothing
Lotus
on this.
sounds
We
like
got
Ascent.
2 armor rebinds.
The Odin rings out.
Yeah, it
makes
goes
his
from
presence
bad
known,
to
and
worse from
GenG will
Talon.
move
They
up
got to win
2-1.
this round though, really.
Obviously, losing that anti-eco, Talon
This
on
is
their
the
back
ult
foot
that they
in the
wanted
previous
though.
round,
So let's see
we'll
what their
if they can
plan
claw
is.
their way back in
So
here.
the ult that they, on the
The
pistol,
initial
did the
reads
double
both at the
orb
beginning of round
default,
1 and 2.
and they prioritized
Solid.
it. So
Once again, continuing
let's see
that
what the round is.
Trend from Lotus, the prep seeming to be very good for Talon. But when it comes to GenG, you always got to assume there's more than one. There's always a trade available with this squad.
Right here.
A flawless way to carry themselves forward now into one of Talon's first real buy round. Still a couple half armors in the mix there. No Outlaw on the opposite side. See how they decide to pilot this one. Looks like this time it's going to be full attention over towards B. Leaving Ban back to try to linger outside. See if anyone goes on an aggressive push out of A main.
Who shoots this?
Yeah, Lakia had a lot of consideration on the timings he wanted to use this. You know, he will spot the Jet all alone. Obviously, something fishy about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why would a
Not
Jet be on his
seeing
own?
the Killjoy.
Would have been
Start
better for the
suspecting
Omens
it's
to
going to
have
be
done
more
that.
players in behind that Jet. Tags through the wall. That's going to be the null command now.
Straight up B hit with a KO.
With this Odin on the opposite side. Shots going in. Governor getting tagged down at 54. Ban going to be dropped. Just can't find one. Meteor is able to get that Jet. Now Cruz on the floor as Lakia. I didn't even, yeah.
Well,
Okay. Just mow them all down.
They did come in way faster than expected, for sure.
yeah, I mean,
And all
they
get
got
mowed down,
early
like you
info.
said,
The drone
and
was
a
very
big
nice
part of that
timing.
was
You see a Jet on their
Talon,
own,
once
and
again,
it's like
their
ROM.
utility was good.
And
The
then
setup
Karen
was
got
good
a
for
kill,
Governor,
then
but
got the
it's
Omen
a little
ult,
bit too much faith in their
and
own
then the
utility.
rotate
Assuming
was
that
very
GenG would've
fast.
backed out, that they would
And
be
they just had
looking
3
away,
people
things
here.
like that.
And getting the jump there. I'm not sure if it necessarily changes the outcome too much.
Yeah, I
but
don't think it did, to be
great
honest.
reaction from Karen. Stop that lurk from coming to fruition. As a tech pause is going to be called
Of
in.
course.
All right.
T1 doesn't play until after this series, though.
I know. Their power is growing too much. Gilios, how do we
It's
stop
been
them?
spread. Well, it looks like it's going to be something here on the Talon camp. Audio issue for the side. And so we'll just go ahead and hopefully get this taken care of quickly. He's already given a couple nods, so we might have fixed this in record time.
I'll say it might just have been something for a quick double check here. And that does happen every now and then, as long as we can get through. Lots of fans here, as we do have Korean teams playing back-to-back matches. But of course, as we've been mentioning, I mean, lots of local fans growing for all the teams in Pacific as well.
Talon fighting. You can do it.
Speaking of Talon and
The
Korean
6-person
fans,
roster, yes,
saw
I agree. It
I
does
saw a great post from the Talon side earlier today where they were saying
does
you
put
can
a
take
bit of
the
a
player out of
question
Korea,
mark
but
on
you
this
can't
team
take
for
the
me.
Korea out of him, and it's Governor checking his
My
desk height
rankings
with a
of them were
ruler.
going
This is
up,
classic Korean
and then I
esports
see the
thing.
6-person roster
Oh man,
back to a
Shout out to
similar
Flash.
position as to where I was thinking earlier.
really set that trend.
But clear on the dart, not going to be able to get the ping off this time. Your point will be used. Munchkin still trying to stand his ground. Heard the TP, and will also get a fairly nasty shot across on the Jit boys. as Dart is
What?
added damage as well on the back end. So, will just be the orb collected.
Yeah, I'd love to see Talon in one of these rounds where they're on their back foot. A little bit of extra pressure. Obviously, last time they eventually had to go through mid, and they tried their best with the classics only.
Zelsa's spawning because they got audio timeout. I mean, tech timeout
like
with the audio.
GenG's prepared for it. I'm not saying looking at the minimap that it would work.
I mean,
but
it makes a lot of sense. We never seen any. We never see any techs in Americas, and it just sounds like they're crazy strict with it. But honestly, like if Americas wants to save time, oh my goodness. Yeah, I had the jump peak as well. If Americas wants to save time, take the 2 minutes out of the timeouts.
I mean, I was going to
Like
mention
the 2 minutes at halftime is so pointless.
It's still going to be 2 people holding
just take that out.
but doesn't even need it.
The 3 maps, you save 12 minutes every single best of 3. And then you have 12 minutes for tech pause.
Quick dash out there from Governor, but HP bar is low. Will be cleaned up.
Okay, nice.
Flawless.
Clean once again. Money's out of control.
It's now 4-1.
Love it when they make it easy for us.
And look at all these members on the side of GenG, 1 point away from their ultimates as well. Things are looking good.
Lockdown to work with here for Talon.
Wrong with a 6-man roster. It's too hard to make it work. There's too many variables.
As we check out the highlights, I mean,
It changes too much. The chemistry's slightly off. It's just never gonna be good.
All you really have to do is wait to see what the Hail Mary tends to be.
For the production efficiency strats, yeah, I used to work in production for a long time though.
Curious to see the discussion here, because again, the first like 30-40 seconds of rounds, I would say even all the way through 3, were pretty solid for Talon. They had, good setups, they had good reads, and then, one person gets a little too far ahead, or maybe a little bit of discrepancy on the timings amongst each other. That's where things fall apart at the seams.
Seems like this might be the upper limit of when Frost feels the need to call a timeout. Same scoreline that we saw there on Lotus. Just in a bit of a different order as far as which rounds are picked up.
Sure.
Now make a 6-person roster work? Nah, dude.
The big one here.
Ever seen the YouTube channel Bad?
I'll tell you what though, we got an upgrade, right? We had so many six-player rosters last year, and is this the only one? There's obviously quite a few in China, but
he's very animated.
Well, there's a free content idea for somebody out there.
Yeah, there's endless amounts with Alex as well.
6-man roster makes teams more resilient for meta changes. I mean, that is true. But we also don't, like, the argument for 6-man rosters was, sort of, sweet.
Texture, oh boy, looking for a tiles.
Yeah, and this was an absolute classic. Attack timeout with Vision Strikers aggro called once they're trying to do their new plan.
Quick and easy,
a perfect execution of it. What I was going to say is the 6-man rosters made sense for like the first 2 years maybe, where they were changing agents and just trying to balance agents. Now the agents are relatively balanced, so we rarely get meta changes like sprung on us. So you're fine with 5 players to do it.
Okay, well, they probably won't expect this.
Yeah, they just toss it out there.
Back in the day when they were changing every agent like every other week, then yeah.
I mean, sure, there's util thrown, but
this was a nice call though. GenG is so dominant right now.
Which is why it was kind of an interesting tiles crunch, right? It's not the usual.
Yeah, and this is like the worst start ever in terms of this. Get the pistol, lose this, do a timeout, and then they go aggro and they completely ruin your new plan.
Online for Texture as well, waiting for the updraft.
That's unlikely. Probably the drone to try to check up over the top of bench, but either way, not used yet. Lenny in position. Not going to send it here, it would seem. Meteor wants to try to get that turret out of the way. And oh, spotted.
Yeah, a bit of a freebie.
Some space here for free.
The solo walk up mid, no util. It's an up.
Lockdown committed. Thanos wants to try to deny the push in, but Lockdown does not care.
What is going on?
Move past it, does destroy it. No real
Dude, he's got to call another timeout, I think.
I mean, that's what surprised Lockdown a bit too, it seemed, right? He breaks the lockdown, he's ready for people to push him, and doesn't happen, so he says, I'll eat the Nanostorm, I'd rather regroup with my teammates. So Talon, again, a couple moments
Ban
here
goes down to what, 1 HP?
I mean, the early lockdown itself, that's not the issue.
Lakia did
no
good.
One there to capitalize on it.
But it...
Wow. come off it.
I mean, he was 2 HP.
I know, but come on, man.
Oh, my flash is going to be good, right?
The word lucky on that one? I feel like I should be allowed to use it on that one.
Yeah, that one was pretty damn lucky. Is now waiting for the opportunity to try to get this
Lovely
plant
cross-map
in.
recon.
Ping. I mean, look at where, I mean, Lockheed was nowhere near to be able to get that reveal as well. It's Texture not even letting
They're
him
all
hit
over
the
them.
cash from the plant.
That was really bad from Talon.
Off the top of
Holy.
heaven.
This round was
Taking
atrocious,
outlay.
man. I think they call
Things
another timeout.
Starting to very much slide out of hand here for Talon.
Yeah, not a lot to work with either. Yeah, you have Dante's Fury, but a lot done on the other side that you've got to be wary of. And of course, the half buys, you start to get into a little trouble, so we'll see what they decide to commit to. But this round was just a case of Talon trying to spread out apart to get a little bit more information, a little bit more control of the map.
Delicious.
Yep.
Extra
So
10 and
maybe a
2.
little bit more
Changes
grouping
up his
Now,
position
I
of the
get why
op as
Talon might
well.
have made the adjustments, right?
And
They were trying to
Talon,
stay
let's see
grouped
what they
up
got for
earlier,
this
but
round.
They were a little slow on getting the information.
No drone to
eventually
set
getting
this
red.
up, just
So you want to put pressure across the map.
swings.
But
Yeah,
kinda with
nicely
the
done.
duels, if
Because
you wanna
most
do things
people
like
would set
this.
this up with a drone.
So confident
And
with
then
it.
drone outside, get the
Exactly where
numbers
Ban is
too,
going to
so
be.
that
Just
can
trust that he's
stay.
gonna be
I
able to
could
pull
say
the
they
trigger
stay
a
heavy,
little
but
bit
honestly the
faster.
op wants to
Ban can.
reposition.
This reveal out, looking for the spray across, but Lenny widely not being rewarded for his efforts there. Lucky is still at full health and now just turning fire with his own Odin through that wall.
And just a safe shrouded step backwards, just to see if there's any more util being used. See
Look,
if
there
there's a
goes
chase.
the
Now, there wasn't
alarm bot that's not
on the
him.
side of Talon. So GenG, they already
It's still
called the
nice
operator
to
over just
see
in
it.
case it was. Knowing that you can still delay a lot with the Killjoy util on B, you've got Meteor set up to watch for mid. I mean, look at GenG. Anytime they make rotations, the amount of coverage they have and the wind conditions being kept, it's so good.
30 seconds left.
Now trying to go.
Yeah, the
for
issue
entry,
is they
trying to
just
play
keep
this
losing someone
concisely,
early.
send out the flash,
Good nice
start
kill
pushing
from
the
Jit
smoke,
Boys and they get over
Odin on the
towards site.
opposite
I mean,
side.
Cruz
Jit
could
Boys, he's able to find
maybe
one.
have a bit of a
Switch
hero
on to
play.
Munchkins. He was trying to start working his way across in through mid. Hunter's Fury now out from Lakia. Interrupting is Jit
Yeah,
Boys.
nicely done
Another
from Jit
crucial
Boys.
kill.
Okay, this
Does
round
make
is
the
very
fight
much
easier.
on.
Spike now getting planted.
Spike planted.
Goes in with 8 seconds to spare as Texture's up over the top. Thinking they know that Jit Boys is going to be there in main. They try to flush out the rest of these players.
Jit Boys just waiting for the cue to pounce.
Smoke gone. Cruz taken down. Governor 10 HP here. The back of the
Holy
site.
hell.
That's just
That was
Texture
kind of sick
flushing
though.
them out
Well
with
played. That was a really
knives.
good retake.
Quick right click to finish the job. The fuse coming through. It's now 7-1. GenG very far
Yeah, they're
out
on
in
top of it
front.
the whole time. Man, Odin is just too good.
Still have the op, still have the Odin as well. So all things considered, GenG feeling like they can
Another
continue the streak.
7-1.
I mean, 7
Desperate.
in a row.
Guys,
The
just
amount
gonna
of
wake
rounds
up
that they've thrown
thinking
together
it's a
in
good
this
day.
match. Started Lotus with 4 in a row, got another 4 in a row in the first half there.
One enemy
Now
remaining.
7. Sure, it's on the defense side of Ascent, but just not really in any danger of losing that streak. Texture 12 and
Now,
2.
now they're gonna go down to an eco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's
Wow.
everywhere.
6.0 game.
I mean, mind you,
I'm not
they
even
all
sure
have
Talon's
2
had the
except
first
for
kill
me.
other than pistol.
Oh, that's true. I mean, it's been pretty smooth sailing in all these rounds.
It's the peak. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, but
Rare
you can
miss
tell-
from Texture.
You can tell he's feeling it though, right? The confidence just peek out there right before the util comes out. Just to push them back. Gives them the time to clear out B. The turret cleared once again. I mean, GenG is making Talon starved for information, and this time Talon's on an eco too, so it's not like GenG really needed that to gain an
Yeah,
advantage in
drone
this
up
round, but
short
they
for the
are just
fake.
being
I mean, look
thorough.
at GenG at the moment.
Well, it's the commit on the ult, the drop down.
Well,
Lenny
they thought there were more numbers here in
trying
this
to
one.
stay alive in this situation, but they are rushing in, looking for the kill.
Okay,
Munchkin will be able to find
and they
him
have a
off in
lot
the
of stuff
meantime.
for
He's doing the
retake.
same damn thing
Lakia
over
hasn't
and over
even
again.
used his recon, and he's, I mean,
Manages to get the kill there on the ban. Now
got
pushed
hit
up,
by a knife, that's
anticipating some
why.
pressure into the smoke.
And
seems to be
Talon have
aware
to
of
fight
that.
aggro because obviously if they get boat control, they could just kill Joy
Cruz
ult.
will be able to get one on the
And
back
these
end there.
rounds are
Lakia
just
will
so
get taken
clean. I
down,
know
but
this one had
GenG,
no
the Ram
guns, so
Terror
we shouldn't
will not
focus
be
too much
brought
on it,
to an
but
end.
the rounds are still
8
very
rounds
clean.
Now, all of these have been in a row.
And it doesn't look like it's going to stop, right? Ults are coming back online. The weaponry is all still there. Everyone's been capped on credits for a couple rounds now, especially with the low amount of deaths that GenG has. Lakia, the only one now catching up, one closer to Meteor. Just the awareness. Again, things like that, hiding in the smoke with the shorty, being aware of the fact that Governor might have gotten through, keeping tabs on the opponent.
Governor.
Man, the kills, dude.
13-2-1.
I normally don't point it out, but there's too many of them.
Out the unfortunate circumstance, 0-8-2 at the moment. That impact has not been
there's
found
no
at
kills.
all. The texture just getting the better of him time and time again. Lucky as well with that Odin there in that last round, just ensuring that.
And it's just so many of these rounds.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, where Governor kind of feels the need to do something
Not again.
on his own, right?
Trying to push up. This time, shot gonna go wide.
He's very far ahead once again.
Takes an immense amount of space, but dashes in and Lucky again. Able to mow him down. Lenny just not close enough to try to follow up. Crew's now put down on the floor. Is resible, but damn near suicide for Lenny to try to go for that one. Just kind of have to leave him to bleed out. Lenny himself will just get caught. Banned now. Lurks forward. Spotted. Texture with 3.
Did a KO flash miss?
On an absolute tear. 9-1 now.
Now, the dash in there, it was set up. It was a pop flash setup coming in from Cruz. So again, there was an idea, but it's GenG. There's gonna be more than one, right? So even if Governor had gotten the kill on the dash in, there's no one there to trade for him. It just seems like it's some of these
I mean, this guy was anti-flash, but the guy that was actually in market, they should be eating the flash. Did not eat the flash. A texture is 16-2. He's got 2 more rounds to see if he can hit 20.
To work with Lenny. I mean, he does have a Hunter's Fury to use in case that lockdown comes into play from Meteor. Now things getting slowed up. Talon, getting everybody worked around here towards this B side. The bright spot is that Lakia does not have an Odin.
Standing ahead.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of backup. Might as well be enough bullets for an Odin. He's going to be the only
KO
one
over
that's
towards spawn. KO needs to... Oh man, he's actually looking good for Talon.
Paranoid. There's the Hunter's Fury coming across. Meteor able to find one, but Jits Boys does go ahead, quickly trade it back, maintaining the man advantage here for them. Karen, however,
Smoke run out over towards spawn. Karen all back a sight.
On that recon, they know that he's their texture now. Dead. Governor
gotta do it all.
Himself on the board for the first time, finds 2 kills.
Okay, nicely done from Talon. Okay, much better. I'd be on for the 9-3 again. A repeat of the first map.
Now are in a chance where they can once again have a 9-3 half.
They desperately want it. Now, they have the weaponry. There is a lockdown on the other side. Hunter's Fury, one away as well. So curious to see Talon. What's the answer to this potential lockdown? Obviously, you could just try to storm the site and have plans for afterwards.
Governor now
Okay,
finally
I was gonna say everyone's on the board now. Everyone's on the board. Everyone can relax a little bit.
See if you can put that to use.
We got Killjoy ult.
They
They want to play a site in terms of retake and just leave a site they can easy.
Sniff out where texture might be. See if there's a reaction off of that. No, the alarm bot was not destroyed, so no.
He might just hold this for 20 seconds.
A lot deeper. Also has Meteor able to watch in case somebody's gonna be creeping up that right wall alongside towards Pizza. The texture, okay.
Yeah.
Eventually says, you know what? I feel like I can win this. He didn't.
No, he didn't. And Governor had the right read, right? Eventually, if they don't have information, someone's gonna peek out. Thankful to him, it was texture. Now the op down.
Off angle.
Slow creeping up.
Does he? Oh, but
Swap out on the weapon, but he doesn't have it drawn down. Call the Cloudburst in hand. Spray from Lenny.
He's
However,
gone, bro.
he's unable to escape. Meteor now arriving. Lockdown at the ready. Here's them rotating out. Ban, the last one, getting ready to push. And he swings
Sova ult was so good, by the way. He has 3 assists for the Sova ult.
One left, and there's a lockdown invested just to really give him a hard time. Karon playing with his food a little bit, just continues to wild swing. Eventually does fall, but
solid game.
Meteor was right there for the kill. 10-2 this time on the half.
Reminds me of that moment when Karon had that very wide swing. I believe it was against Loud. And he talks about it in one of the content pieces he's done actually with Binbon, one of the Korean casters, and they ask him, what was going on through your head there? He says, Well, you know, I kept doing left-right jiggles and I kept dying. So I thought this time, why not? Damn it, I'll just go all the way to the left. And it worked.
Hold
yeah, I mean, you could do that, Baker.
Whatever, it'll work. Hold D.
The 10-man roster.
Yeah, there you go. Well, this time, another wide swing there. Some tricks.
It has 100% success rate if you think of EG. That's a different approach, though.
10-2 hefty lead. So Talon, I mean, forget
also
the first half. No
lot.
matter what you've prepared in the second, might not even get a shot to show it.
Yeah. And it backs up against the wall. I mean,
I had something similar though. Like, you know how you're joking, you said 10-man roster and you each do like 3 maps and 5 maps. I had a thing with that with coaches where you kind of split up the maps as well. Like you have 2 and 2 for the coaches, split up maps. Especially when you're doing like anti, like at an actual event as well. You do like your map pick, make sure you change up a good amount of stuff on it, and then whatever their likely 2 map picks are, then you can join together and do the other map picks. Especially when it's like a day in between at like events, it would work pretty well.
Becoming the norm now. Some of these maps. He's got the firepower. Cruise with a frenzy instead of a ghost.
You also the problem with this stuff is you also need like money. You need 4 coaches, but there's teams now that have 4 coaches. So. I mean, there's teams now that have 6 coaches. So.
7 more seconds. Flush out the game plan. See if they can.
How many coaches Vitality got? Is it 6?
3-2 split here.
I think it's Vitality. T1 have quite a lot as well. I can't remember all the. And then Zeta have like 6 as well.
Set up there for a brief little moment. Suppression does come in. Governor.
Maybe 4.
Hold the angle. Spots him though. He's able to back away.
I cannot use that.
Oh, how much support is there? Saw a cheeky little Sentinels classic, it looked like there, maybe trying to put in some nightmares back into GenG's minds.
A hell of a kryptonite.
Well, both the Omen and the KO getting pinged by that, that's pretty big. If they're together, you gotta imagine that's where the rest of the team is, but that Paranoid doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit, but the shots absolutely do. Ban able to find 2. Texture Karen, Munchkin all dead.
Dude, it's literally, that's the first map. At least they're getting a pistol on the board, though. We get a bit of a time to see what their defense is like.
Noted here, as Ban has a very deep creep up here, and he gets the headshot instantly, as well as one on the lock here for the 4K. Huge way to kick things off here for Talon. 3-1 in pistols in the set so far, and that very much speeds up the process of trying to get that ever-important lockdown online.
Yeah, the lockdown's the big thing here. Not only do they get a clean win on the pistol, they get a very crucial ultimate. One step closer for the defense, for things like the retakes. Feeling comfortable. Now it's going to be the Ares to start the pressure nice and early on B main. A couple other buys as well, mostly the double Spectres, though.
This rush gets ready to come in. That shock dart potential to do a decent amount of damage. Looks like widely GenG able to avoid it. Texture.
The reposition is so good from Lenny here. He handled this well. Might be on for it.
Picked up. Spring has to go for the reload here. As Munchkin trying to make the best out of a bad situation. Will grab the orb and start backpedaling before the Ares shots can follow up again. Which is classics in hand. Not much that GenG are going to be able to do from this position, even though they are
just use the number of crack players significantly increased. Yeah, it's getting
a bit of an advertising moment.
It's getting higher and higher.
Pretty good, right? It's on an Oda, but it's still an Ares. You've still got a Guardian.
People are taking more chances on like rookies and just new players.
Things like that. The observer knows exactly what to do here. In case you were wondering which team caps you wanted to buy, here's a choice.
It's just going to be Pac-Man gameplay here.
As they should be. Oh yeah. People there were too many people sailing through.
Yep. Karen. A little smile on his face as well. Yeah. I think he knows that he's being watched.
Yeah, you've got to imagine. And Munchkin's not having any of it. Munchkin's still looking for frags. He's still got hope in this round.
I hope that Karen just runs into somebody. He doesn't even shoot back at them.
Yeah, he just holds it. Commit to the bit.
Well, the push out. Let's see if they can get anything.
Okay, nicely done from him. Gonna get his ult online very early. 3 more. It was a good reposition from him to allow this, honestly, because he was going to get pinched from the jet that was dashing into sight.
5 points towards your Hunter's Fury, 4 points towards the lockdown. It's as good of a start as any for Talon. It's just that the hill is a very big mountain to climb.
What the fuck? They came in?
Well, I mean,
Becoming tier 2 EMEA players, yeah, honestly, there's quite a few. I think I can do a video. I was tempted to do a video at one point, I just don't have enough time at the moment. There's a couple of solid players on a lot of teams.
Be rewarded for it. I mean, everybody was buying half armor in
Kayak, yeah, Kayak's one of them.
Ooh, this is a big
Guy's a
clear,
beast.
right? Mid's cleared up all the way to top mid as well. Tree still held for the potential retake.
They're really locked in at the moment. This actually looks a little bit... Doesn't look great at the moment for GenG. The turret goes down. It comes down to this 2v2 duel at A-main.
There's the swing in.
Yeah, and this now looks awful for GenG. They got to take some map control. Big duel. Only person that didn't eat the Omen flash.
With a quick little up jab to peek. Not spawning much of anything. Smoke down. Cutting off main once again here as...
Yeah, nicely done. He got the smoke down as well. This was great. They handled this very, very well. Realized that they had to get some map control. They went over towards here, dodged the Omen flash. I mean, even Talon knew they were going to push, so it's not like Talon messed up too much. Flash goes in, they lost the duel here, and then the smoke comes down. And yeah, these two needed to wait for these guys. But
there's a timeout call, you would suspect. Take a look back at this one, though.
Yeah, this push was great.
He's ready for it.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. It doesn't make sense. You gotta wait for these guys to clear this dust.
It's not much of an adjustment that you need for those shots, but it's still just so quick and clean.
Yeah, it's lovely shots from him.
Right? And sure, Talon, you could argue, well, why are they both looking that side? Because that was the only one they knew for a fact. They wanted to go and get the kill for sure. They thought they had the numbers advantage. Then they would be able to at least come in from heaven and clear the site. Little did they know it was Karon, the sharpshooter, waiting for him on the other side. Oh man, and it all comes from GenG also kind of pushing out.
Soulcast, dude,
right?
I looked at his VLR page yesterday. Soulcast is like the most mental stats in the last 60 days.
Still, I mean, this would be a fantastic start to the half if it wasn't
that
for
team
that
is just
scoreline,
farming. That team is farming Polaris right now.
Attack side being so one-sided.
I mean, Soulcast was always going to bounce back very strong. He's got very good work ethic.
It's fine. Now we get the full purchase. We can match him in firepower.
And he's like doing the right steps, right? I think he has an aim coach now as well.
Closing out this series. Operator here in the hands of Governor, but it's going to be glass cannon. No additional cash to go alongside it.
Yeah, they're going to try to peek out mid as well. A very risky endeavor. Going to get forced away.
The drone. Being a bit distracted. Think not going to find him. And now there's the drone up over the top.
This is all for Ban.
Yeah, like you said, this is all for Ban to try. Get him into a winnable position. Boys able to find
Nice trade. Got an extra one in there as well. Not bad.
Ban's involvement not
yeah,
necessary, it would
the
seem.
big rounds, and this is convincing as well.
Suddenly just
not bad.
Karon all in his lonesome spots. One. Just the shoulder there, swing across. This time the headshots.
Not even facing discipline.
There's pop flash right as the TP's into tree. Swing out.
Very nicely handled. It's actually a very nice run from them.
Fantastic adjustments here from Talon.
And I love that Governor commits to it all the way. Not only does he cover the dart, but then he moves ahead of the 0 point to try to make sure he sells the idea that that was just to hide himself. Shoots the drone as well, risking the fact that he might get picked off before the dash. Sets up an amazing trap for Talon. It's a good bounce back.
Cleanly done. Operator, the firepower now getting stacked up even further as Lenny has the Odin in the mix. Got both of these high-powered weapons right here on the same side. Spray across. I mean, look at the HP bars. So much good. He's got nothing. Texture dead. As Lenny, hungry for another ace. Hasn't even used the Hunter's Fury. Hasn't needed to. Couple shots on the Sheriff trying to answer something back.
The Governor's hungry for it. He knows there's one more.
Just tucked in behind the box. How is this jet not swinging?
Play around these limitations here, playing against the box, but there's the shock dart layered in.
So
really seal the deal on the kill.
Lakia dodged almost everything, just not the last bit. But overall, good prep from Talon as well, right? This is a round where GenG could afford to try to do a full send Hail Mary with things like the null command, so they're ready for a B rush. Deflected successfully.
Karon spotted, taken down, Cruz spraying into the smoke, able to find Meteor. And yeah, there's a Bulldog, but you're not getting to it. Phantom spray.
Okay, let's see what the big buy round is like.
The target there.
Does GenG want to do a
Talon.
pause, or are they fine?
Themselves alive and well here in this game.
They've been taking no risks sometimes, at least if I look at Lotus. So.
Some major considerations on what they want to use their ult, because Talon's ult cycle is coming online much quicker than expected. And, you know, they cycle through one ult at a time, things like that. Talon might just be catching up in an instant.
One enemy remains.
5 to tie. Still just that Hunter's Fury, but Ban one away from having the lockdown ready to go.
Early Omen flash over towards B. Trying to make it look like a rush. Trying to get some util out. Trying to get the reactive. Trying to get the reactive spam over towards B or a push through middle. Yeah, this was sick for GenG. This was just all a bait. And there was actually 2 things that they're waiting for.
That had to have been some sort of internal timer as well. Munchkin just
Omen flash here. They're waiting for the spam back, and they had their own Odin to spam back. And then they also knew the op was in play, and it's likely that we're going to take this angle.
Now, Talon's aware of this.
That was pretty
the adjustment
cool.
is here from Lenny. The no command stops
Okay.
it. Get a double.
Swinging out here into mid, gets so much damage across, but just can't quite confirm these other kills. Texture in the meantime finds Jitboys.
Yeah, Jitboys had to get one on site here, and I think I didn't see the duel, but looking at 3 HP, that's relatively unlucky.
Aaron Cruz's face. And on Heaven, Sure and Lakia. No HP between the 2 of them.
Oh, and look at Munchkin. Knowing the health situation here, just asking for GenG the whole time.
Flash out, but Texture still manages to stay
3
alive.
HP.
A 3K with 3 HP. GenG.
Okay,
now
6
themselves at
chances
the
to
match
end
point.
this, and I mean they got some ults. Talon
Can't
might stall this
help
out a
but
little
think
bit.
back to the first half as well,
There's like
right
a similar
after a
story
round
though,
like
where
that. Imagine
you know the
normally
map's
you brush
done,
it off,
but
you move on. Great shots from
try and get it
Texture, good
closer.
for you, GenG. Talon can move. It just had to have been a timer there that Munchkin's just waiting for, counting down in his head because he was holding that far wide angle.
I mean, we
Yeah,
looked at the way that
Molly.
people were tucked over in
Yeah.
B lobby. It seems like GenG had a perfect
Yes.
read that Governor was going to go for that position.
Exactly. I mean, they had got pinched from it before as well, so it's not exactly a crazy idea. So just good mental memory.
Oh, okay. Well, decent start, but instantly traded back. But now Ban trading up.
There's a Killjoy running
Will
down
get hit
middle.
by that Hunter's Fury, but that's the last charge, so no follow-up to be found, no kill to come across. I think they might have a decent idea that he's an exit, but no, it looks like Munchkin actually this time does
Spike
not have a
down
decent
mid.
sense of it. It's a
Bam.
block, it's Ban.
Let this guy
Gets
run
himself
down
a
middle
third.
every round
You
if
know,
he's
last
doing
man
that. Fair
standing.
play.
This map is not over yet. Well, Slakia has something to say about it, but 1v4, Spike stranded at the stairs in mid.
I mean, if he can line up his shock darts so they land perfectly at the same time on the 2 other opponents.
Yeah.
Talon one step closer once again towards an OT, and their ults are all online.
All but the Gen. Just given the Governor has that operator, not going to be the most concerning thing here for him. It's Ban. I mean, he's just been on one today.
Spike down.
Very
mid.
clean.
One
We
enemy.
weren't sure what to expect with him going back over the Killjoy again for now the 6th time in his career. It looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, it looks very calm as well. Very calm. I mean, I think it's, you know, for a lot of these duelists, suddenly recognizing that they don't have to just go create space all the time, right? It really puts a lot of relaxation.
And these guys are just, they're trying to fix solo queue effectively.
Oh
as
my
Aaron gonna be
goodness.
dead as the great
We're going
forwards
for-
over. Ban, again, finding the kill.
Yeah, and
See,
far
you
away
don't
from
have
it.
to insta-lock Reyna. You don't have to insta-lock Jet. You can play Killjoy.
I mean, honestly,
you
if
can
the
play
Killjoy rotates a bit
Globe, you
faster,
can play
it
Omen.
could work.
And you can put up solid figures.
True. And still have a lot of value with your utility.
Yeah. Munchkin, is he ready for this? Yeah,
Ready
snapping
for
on
the
that
double.
one. Re-swinging.
Yeah,
Jitboys
they just got to be
meteor.
ready for
Well,
everything
he's
now
able to
because
distract him
Talon
long
are
enough for
just
Munchkin to collect the second
doing.
kill. Governor out in a spot. Oh,
One
shot
enemy.
a little bit wide, but Lenny again just
Rogue
ripping
gets
him to
3 there.
pieces. Triple for him, just situated right smack dab
Yeah, I
in the
don't think
middle
they were
of mid.
expecting the
Drone the
4
chase
person
forward.
or
See if
mid
he can spot anything, and Munchkin for now.
on Ascent on defense.
Nothing else realistically
In a
that he's gonna be able to do
5v4.
here. And
I'm not sure
1v3,
I've seen that one before either.
If you could isolate and pick him off, then that's one thing, but I'm not sure if he's going to have the read with this push coming in from Ban all the way through the attacker spawn.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Of course, Munchkin, for now, just
30
narrowly
seconds
avoiding Ban. Uh-oh. Fortunately, doesn't get the clean kill. Now it's going to be back up.
Yeah. Governor hopping in around the
We might
corner,
see a
option
timeout.
lined up. taken, found.
It feels similar to
Talon now
Lotus, where it's getting a little bit close, and the coach might be like, well,
into
probably need to
overtime.
end this.
Still have not had to commit these ults.
There's a lot of ults.
That's the big thing, right? You didn't have to use it and then wait for a long cycle that may never come as the game ends. You're just holding on to it until you need it. And a big difference is Talon is starting to play with trades, right? They're starting to set up for backup. They've always got someone else covering the next angle,
how is
covering
this
the
gun
next
not
swing
been
out,
nerfed yet?
things like that. So while GenG is ready for a couple of these pushes, they're not ready for 2, 3 people. Because
like how long does it have to stay like this?
Now after a couple of these moments, GenG.
This wasn't even wallbang. This is just
It's like they want to take a little bit of initiative as it is a half buy. They're prepared for the push out.
Oh, yeah,
dude, here's the knife and W keys forward.
Reading that one well. Does get the punish, Governor.
That is that is too much.
Is that how this map ends?
At least I mean, they've been walking down middle.
Start.
And that's the one thing I highlight.
Round 18.
I think I need to relax because they've been doing some mad stuff past 3 rounds.
Yeah, that's all mid control given over. Again, one of those situations where there's no one there to trade with.
Still have some ults to work with. I mean, all of them.
All the crucial ones, right? That could make a difference and swing it.
They start pushing in the B. Could just see Ban
already queued in action. Yeah, was that?
Shove them in the opposite direction.
That smoke. It's not going to shake
himself up for the swing so much.
It does draw out a lot of utility, so it gives GenG the cue to go to B.
Use a press. I know the Odin's going to be on that side. There's the lockdown.
And they get to it and clear it in time.
They have their own, but that's about it. Now the TP across, Jit Boys joining them here on this side of the map. That is going to be the lockdown, committed.
30 seconds left.
They are just waiting this out, and they know, okay, well, now you have to try to come towards us.
Yeah, good luck, Ban.
Here with the fight goes into the smoke, still manages to find one.
Nearly got another. Did incredible to get one. Munchkin missed the shot as well.
The shot goes
There's a small chance into it.
Cruz, who now has that null command for the reapproach of the Hunter's Fury, comes in from Lenny. Munchkin again, looking for the shot, cannot find it, but Lakia will get one.
It's a 2-on-2.
Down there on a Munchkin, Jit Boys finding Lakia. Now Texture and Meteor. Spike still ticking away. Drone to try to check. They see the turret. They see one. Texture going to be noted there. And back sight. Back over to Boats as Meteor tries to challenge the fight. Now it's Texture on his lonesome to see if he can end this game, end this series right here.
Damn, nicely done from Texture. Reliable.
The 4K through the box.
Yeah, and it was very similar to the. I mean, it was pretty much exactly the same story as the first map.
Not pushed over. They managed to get the
Dominant
win 2-0.
first half and then just a bit of comeback.
Incredible.